But, and to be honest, if I'm going to have any bad luck in the next couple of weeks, I just assume burn it on the Steeler game than on anything else. So I apologize in advance. I really just want to thank everybody for coming out and being involved in what has turned into a pretty ugly campaign. And the first people I want to thank are my family. First and foremost, my wife Eileen and our little boy Atticus. Also my dad Jeff, my sister Nikki, her kids Amy and Caleb, and my grandfather Pete. So it's not easy to have a political figure in the family, and probably it's even less easy sometimes when it's me. So I want to thank everybody for putting up with what they put up with. I also want to thank my legislative staff, who not only do really great work in terms of constituent services, taking care of issues as they come in the door. I always believe that if you do your job the right way in this job, a lot of times the politics take care of themselves. And I can't tell you how many times I've been knocking on doors and someone will say, hey, Nick from your office or Camilla or Deb from your office did something for me, so you're a good guy. So they're helping me without me even knowing it. And they're all here today. We have Nick Garrett, my chief of staff, Tina Vega from her office, Deb Blusmo in the Cecil office, along with Camilla Sidoni, and Debbie Sakovich from my Canton Township office. So these guys do a fantastic job and take a lot of abuse from a lot of people, and I really appreciate everything they do. The last group of people I want to thank are the volunteers we've had in the campaign. We've really had a lot of people stepping up, being out there, knocking on doors, talking to people, coming in, making phone calls. And I can't tell you what it feels like when you're having a really rough day and you walk into your office at night and you see 3 people there say, okay, we're here to make calls. What do you need us to do? That level of volunteerism and sacrifice to help you out is really just something that's really special. And I don't think you quite appreciate that until you've been in these shoes. So thank you to everybody that has volunteered. And if you haven't volunteered yet, what are you waiting for? So we're gonna get a lot of people on board. So as you've seen, has anybody here been in their mailbox lately? Anybody see any garbage in their mailbox lately? Yeah. So as you know, as you can figure out by now, my election's gotten pretty rough. I am, by all accounts, the top targeted state rep in the western half of the state. Yeah, that's not worth clapping over. That's all I was trying to be on the top of. I'm the #1 target. And what that means is, it means a lot of money. And if you look at those mailers that are coming in and those TV commercials that are airing, they're spending $25,000 a week in TV ads, they're spending God knows how much on all those goofy mailers. And that's all coming from Harrisburg. My opponent didn't raise that money. That's coming from Harrisburg, that's coming from the people in the smoke-filled room, behind closed doors, the big interests that, for one reason or another, they want me out. They want me gone. This isn't just about winning an election, this is about getting rid of me. Because they don't want me there, and I think it's not hard to figure out why. And, over the last few years, I've really, taken some hits, because there's a lot of things going on in this area that need to be talked about. And no one else was talking about it. And they matter. They're important. They're important to the people in this room. They're important to your families. They're important to my family. And it got to the point where things had to be said, knowing there were going to be consequences. And you know what? I said them anyway because that's what the job is. And if you're not willing to tick people off in politics, you need to find a new line of work. So I've made some people angry. They want me out. And they're going to spend a lot of money and say or do anything they possibly can to try to make that happen over the next 3.5 weeks. And here's the thing that you have to realize, because people say, well, why are you running? Why are you running for re-election? It's real simple. You've seen how they campaign, right? You've seen the tactics they use, the kind of the dirty things they do. Well, here's the thing. They govern like they campaign. It's the same approach. It's big money. We don't care about the people. We don't care about what's going on the ground. How do we get ourselves more money, more power? And that's really all it's about. And I've watched that in the halls of Harrisburg for the last 8 years, and I can tell you, the people that are paying to send those flyers out and air those commercials, they could care less whether we live or die. They could care less. You're nothing but numbers that could be moved in a poll. And that's why I'm running for re-election, because after doing this for 8 years, I know that it is more about people. It's about the people I represent, it's the people I help. It's even the constituents that don't like me. You know, I represent everybody, whether you voted for me or not. And there are things going on here that have been really tough. They're unique. There is no legislative district in Pennsylvania, and maybe not in the country, that are dealing with some of the things that we're dealing with. And we've been up against a lot of pressure. We've been dealing with this governor, Tom Corbett, who I hope we could also get rid of in a couple of weeks. And the things we've seen and the things we've watched are just, it's gotten to the point where it's almost hard to believe. You know, I tell people what's going on around here, and they're saying, what are you talking about? That can't even possibly be true. That's how bad it's gotten. We've crossed the point of being believable. And so when I speak up about these things, you know, sometimes, I'll be honest, I go out on a limb, and the limb falls. It breaks, and I fall. And that's happened a couple of times. And I appreciate the people in this room and the people outside of this room that have understood that and have stood by me, even when the limb falls. It really means a lot. Because what it's about is not just when you fall down off that limb, about getting up and climbing back up in the tree so you can go back out on another limb. Because that's what's important and that's what we're trying to do. So, we're heading down into the home stretch. We have 3.5 weeks. And I can tell you, we've done some polling and we're up. We are definitely up in this race. And but those numbers can move. And you know, you've seen some of the money, they're going to keep spending money. And it's going to get nastier and uglier, and it's just going to keep going. Because and it's interesting, every single thing they put out there is about me. It's not about the other guy and what he's going to do and what he's about. It's about me because they don't like me. You know, and I think one of the things that was the most telling you're going to find, this Thursday night we're having the only scheduled debate in this campaign. There's going to be 3 races there. A state Senate race, both candidates. Another state House race, both candidates. Me, and an empty chair. Because my opponent, after agreeing to participate in the debate, then decided he would have a fundraiser that night and chose not to show up. It fits right into the theme. Money, power, more important than actually talking to the people and talking about the issues. And let's be honest. I think we all know there's a real reason he didn't want to debate. He can't justify the garbage he's putting out with his name on it. He can't justify it, he can't explain it, and I don't think he could look me in the eye to talk about it. And that says an awful lot about who he is, who's funding his campaign, and what kind of government official he would be. So, I'll be there on Thursday with an empty chair, and I imagine the chair will basically give the same amount of quality positions on issues that he's given all of us so far. Because if we make it about issues, they lose. They know they lose. It's real simple. You know, for them it's talking points. It's what can they say to get you on board to make you think, I'm evil, he's the greatest thing since sliced bread, and that's the end of it. But when we start talking, exactly, Atticus. But when we start talking about real issues and get beyond the talking points and start to talk about solutions, they don't have anything. This is a group they've had 4 years of total control in Harrisburg and nothing to show for it whatsoever. And they want another foot soldier. That's what they want you to do. They want you to give Tom Corbett another foot soldier. So, as someone who's got a record of taking on Tom Corbett and winning, I can tell you, no one will be happier to get rid of him and bring some new blood into the state capitol than me. And I want to be there. I want to be there getting sworn in the same day our new governor's sworn in, so I can work with him together and we can clean up a lot of the mess that's been created here over the last 4 years. So we're down the home stretch. As you can hear, I'm losing my voice already, which some people are really thrilled about. So what I need is 3.5 weeks. I need your help. I need your help. This is, you know, the only way we're going to beat them is on the ground. They're bombing us through the air, TV, mail, the whole bit. But we've got to beat them on the ground. I need people to help make phone calls. I need people to help go knock on doors. We've knocked on over 7,000 doors so far in this campaign. 7,000. We're out there, we're beating the streets, we're talking to people, because that's the way you win elections. Face to face, not through the mailbox. But I need your help. So please, if you have an opportunity, Jacob for my campaign, right here, please see him before you leave. If you can give us a night to knock on doors, if you can give us a weekend to make some phone calls, you can call from your house. Anything you can do would be appreciated. Before you leave here today, there's yard signs right out here in the hallway. Please, take as many as you like with you. And all I'm going to ask is, if you live in the district, or even if you don't, put one in your yard. Because it says an awful lot when you drive around and you see where yard signs are. When you see my opponent's sign, they're all in ditches and just thrown into right-of-ways and places, that means the ditch supports it. But when you drive through a neighborhood and you see my sign in your yard, that's telling everybody that you support me. And that's what people care about, and that's what matters. So we all say signs don't vote, but it shows that people vote, and we want to show that the people are behind a real set of solutions for what's going on here, and no more puppet master tricks from Harrisburg being pulled by Tom Corbett and his friends. So thank you very much for all of your help in the past. Hopefully more in the future, and hopefully we'll see you all on election night. We can be celebrating a big win. Thank you.